In YouTube. This is Mike Black, and I'm coming with another kind of socio-political video based on this little short doc that I seen on Peter Schiff going to the Occupy Wall Street movement. And for the longest time, I supported that movement, but I always thought they were protesting the wrong thing, which Peter Schiff pointed out. They shouldn't be there protesting capitalists. Capitalism does sort itself out, and I encourage you guys to see this. Billionaire businessman destroys liberals and Trump protesters at protest. I agree. The market sorts itself out. You can't be mad at capitalists. Okay, if you provide a product, you don't have to buy it. If you provide a service, you don't have to ask for it. And if I'm providing jobs, you don't have to take the jobs. These idiots, and not all of them are idiots, but most of these people, unemployed, uneducated, unintelligent, they're telling the billionaire guy, well, if you had less money and if you gave it to us, we'd be better off. No, that's not how it works. Should he work for himself or should he work for you? Of course he should work for himself. He shouldn't work for me. And if you don't want the job he's offering, you don't have to take it. You can choose to pick elsewhere. These guys are like, well, Walmart, it only lets his workers pick so many hours so they're not on full time, so they don't have to get benefits. Then don't work there. I hate Walmart. I hate everything they stand for. For every one of those stores that open up, 1,000 small businesses close. It's the government, through regulation and taxation, that has made corporations unable to hire American workers. In the 50s, and, right away the black guys bring up slavery. Oh, you want to go back to the 50s when blacks couldn't vote? No. We're just saying we need more freedom. We need less regulation. We don't want to be less free. Like he says, the market will sort itself out. If I provide a service that's too expensive, then you go elsewhere and you get it for less expensive. People didn't vilify Steve Jobs making the iPhone and said, well, you know what? You didn't make one component for your iPhone in America, because he couldn't. The red tape involved with hiring American workers was so broad and profound, he couldn't afford to produce here to give you your iPhone at a price that I really still can't afford. I can't pay $600-800 for a phone. I have an LG X Power right here that was $200, which for me is still way more than a phone should ever be worth. Thank God I had $7 insurance because I broke mine, and I paid $20, and now I have another phone. Now my other insurance had a $200 deductible, was $14 a month. Capitalism sorted that out. I picked a better insurance policy with a much lower deductible and a cheaper monthly rate. Now, hopefully my phone doesn't break. They get their $7 for infinity, and once again, the market will sort itself out. They could be mad that they had to give me a $200 phone for a $20 deductible and $7 a month, of which I've only paid 1 month. I only had the other phone 5 days. It was in my pocket. The screen broke. But capitalism and the capitalist motif is what sorted that stuff out and made it better and easier for me to pick. I didn't have to keep that insurance with the high deductible. You don't make the economy better by taking people with money and saying, you know what, you have to have less money. Or as these kids were saying, well, you need to give us your money, or you need to make me a business loan. How is he going to loan you money? He met you in a park for 4 minutes and you're asking him to give you money. He's not obligated to give away his money. And like he says, a guy in his position is paying 55 cents on a dollar tax. He's keeping 45. That's ridiculous. Me, as an entrepreneur, I can't hire anybody at all, American or otherwise. I don't have the money to go in another country. Well, I'm a service industry, so I service Americans here. I fix and repair busted mechanical devices, cars, bikes, etc. The point being is, I can't hire anyone else. I can't pay unemployment tax. I can't pay income tax. And not only that, if you look at the federal U.S. code, labor is not to be taxed. Labor is a fair trade. If I offer to trade you my labor for $40 an hour, that's an equal trade. You get an hour of my labor, you pay $40. There should be no taxes involved there. And these guys are saying, well, if the corporation paid more taxes, the corporations never have and never will pay taxes. They pass it on either to their investors or the consumer. People are like, well, Heinz and Coca-Cola, they don't pay any taxes as a corporation. They shouldn't as a corporation. When I buy the soda, I pay the tax. When the workers work for their hourly wage, they pay taxes to work. When Coca-Cola buys its machinery and its products and the materials that it uses in business, it has to pay taxes on those materials and on those labor, and companies compete for labor. You know, if your labor is valued and at a high cost, I won't say what I charge per hour because it's irrelevant, but I can promise you this, I won't work for less than $50 an hour. I just won't. And I'd rather charge $75 an hour labor, work 2 hours and make $150 a week than work 40 hours a week for $10 an hour and make $400. Sure, I'd be making $150 more dollars. I'd be unhappy and I wouldn't have any free time to pursue any of my goals, make any of my movies, or do any of my hobbies. So my point is thus. These kids need to get their head out of their asses. Capitalism is the only thing that's going to save our world. Not only our country, our world, the universe, the macroverse, the entire everything. You know, capitalism always sorts itself out. If you have a product that is better than mine and less expensive, then they will flock to that. Because I'm in a niche where I fix and repair and build Harley Davidsons that are custom, if you can find a guy that builds them better than I do for cheaper than I do and they're cooler than the ones I create, then go there. Don't go to me. But my customers, I have to assume, come only to me. I'm not open to the public, and I never will be. I'm not publicly traded, nor will I ever be. That'd be awesome, but I don't see it. I'm already too old. It's already too late. Anyway, where was I? But Peter Schiff is right. I always used to think guys like him in the 1% were douchebag losers, but he's right. He's producing all these jobs. He's paying all these taxes, and in the end, he's pulling the fair share of everybody in that park. So all these losers that don't have a job, they're wearing xenophobia signs, and they're arguing with the guy, some state employee that's arguing with him, saying, no, if you had less money and you weren't greedy, we'd have more money. No, you go provide a job. Black kid number one, you provide a job and you provide a service and you employ 150 people. This knothead here and this lady that's standing around, who are you? What you doing? Who you represent? He represents himself. He's a private citizen. This guy, a state employee. And I'm using all these as a point of reference for share. They're the ones who put their images out here, so I use these images fairly. And to point out that you don't make more money or raise up the economy by taking the 1% and taking away their money. They're saying, well, the 1% earns more than they ever have in history. That could be true, but not the 1% like him that are self-employed, that hire people and that provide jobs and that provide investments. It's the part of the 1% we don't like and that we don't agree with that get their power from government. If the government didn't have so much power to dole out, they wouldn't be able to give it. As long as they have power to give, hey, pick winners and losers, you win, you get this contract. You lose, Mike, you don't get no work. If they didn't have the power to give out, then the free market would solve all of these ills that we have in society. Free market and capitalism is the only thing that will work. Period. Whoever doesn't see that is a retard. I'm sorry, and I'm nothing against mentally disabled. I don't mean a shot against them. I'm saying you are mentally unstable if you don't understand that if the federal government did not have so much power, they couldn't give influence. They're saying, well, if the lobbyists didn't do this, as long as there's power for them to give out and favor to be granted, the lobbyists are going to be there to pursue it. My point is that they shouldn't have any of that power to be able to get out to pick winners and losers. But let me know what you think. Make a response video, make a reply video. But regardless, whoever comes up with the best idea, the best management scheme, those are going to be the winners. And capitalism is what sorts that out. Period. Nothing else will. You know, not, hey, give me your money. Why should he work for you? Why should he work for free? He shouldn't. That's nonsense. Will you work for free, black kid number one, Chinese lady number two, white guy number three, or whatever the frick guy number four? No, these people are idiots. No wonder we have riots and hobos and BLM and all this crap. Because these people want something for nothing. Now I understand when they call them social justice warriors, man. They all want something for nothing. That's why Obama was successful. Giving away welfare, giving away food stamps, just giving it away, propping them up. Nobody should have got bailed out. The free market would have sorted that out. Even bank accounts. Bank accounts should not be insured by the federal government. They shouldn't be in the business of insuring even a private person's bank account like mine. You know why? Because I didn't take the time to see what my bank was investing my money in. So when they create a bubble and it bursts, if you lose, you should have, because you didn't have any concern what was being done with your money to begin with. I could go on and on and on about this stuff for hours, but I'm not gonna, because either you get it or you don't. It clicked on for me like a light bulb, and maybe it will for you too. So I want you to go see Billionaire Businessman Destroys Liberals and Trump's Protesters at Protest. It's by Feminism Wrecked, published January 5th, 17, and it's got just under 3,100 views. Check it out, you guys. Tell me what you think. But if you don't agree, I don't care. If you agree, I don't care. The point is, capitalism will sort itself out. I'm going to let you hear a couple minutes of this garbage. And they're just arguing, talking over each other, telling me he should give his money away. It's ridiculous. It's just so stupid.
In politics currently,
let's go on.
It's controlling the system. That's why you guys have the power you do.
I don't have any power.
World War II was most probably.
Now they're going back to World War II.
I'm as powerless as you.
World War II is most probably what brought us out of that depression. And we came out shining because the rest of the world was
Actually.
No, we came out of World War II because they were war profiteering.
We're extremely high, and we had an amazing golden era of prosperity in this country.
Let me tell you.
You did not suffer. Plus, you employed many more people than the sector does currently.
Okay,
the financial sector does nothing but manipulate.
Well, I agree. We need to shrink the financial sector. It gives too much government subsidies. But what ended the second
Nobody should get subsidies.
was the end of the Second World War, when the government stopped all that spending. It wasn't the war that got us out. It was ending the war. But yes, there were very high taxes after the war. But nobody paid them. There were so many loopholes. Nobody paid those high taxes. People like me are paying much higher taxes today than people were paying in 1945, 1950. In fact, nobody even paid withholding taxes. The average person didn't even pay income taxes until 1943. That's when the withholding taxes.
And that's a fact.
States that the tax rates.
They all want something for nothing. These people are all milling around. They're all jobless. I'm not going to listen to more of this nonsense. You know, these people need to find a skill, find a hobby, find a service, or find a product that they can produce cheaper at a better rate than the next man, and society will sort it out. If you can have 20,000 customers that provide you an income and donate you their money, you're going to be successful. Me, if I had gobs of customers, I could employ someone, but I can't because there's too many loopholes in the government right now. Granted, not loopholes, roadblocks. There's too many roadblocks. I can't employ someone for risk because they might say, well, you know, he fired me for the wrong reason. Or he hired that guy, not me, and I was more qualified. It's ridiculous. The only thing that's going to ever save us is capitalism. That's why Trump's president, and that's why hopefully we're about to enter a golden era. Let me know what you guys think. This is Mike Black. I'm Audi 5 billion. Have a good one, man.